Hey y'all! So I had a request this past week to do a video on how to line a tote bag by hand. So I posted this video. It was a several part, I think 3-part video of how to make this tote bag last year back in May. And I think I did 2 parts on how to line it, but I used the sewing machine to sew the liner in there. So if you don't have a sewing machine or you just prefer to do it by hand, this is the video for you. So I went ahead, I did sew my liner with my sewing machine just because that is faster. And so you'll go ahead and do your liner. Like I said, I did these back in May of last year, so it's been a little while, but you can scroll back and find those videos, and it'll tell you exactly how to measure and do all your things for your tote bag. So first of all, I'm going to put my liner in here and just tuck it inside my bag. And I'm going to fold these down. I think on my original video, I did go ahead and iron it down for the hem, but I am just not doing that for this video. But you're going to kind of want to tuck that down so that you're there. So you've got your raw edges here, and they're going to be hidden inside your bag. So I've got my clips, and I'm just going to clip these in place. And so I didn't weave in the end of this because I am just tucking it down in there because that makes it a lot easier, one less end to weave in for, you know, those of us crocheters that hate weaving in ends. And so I'm just starting at each side, and I'm kind of clipping this just kind of one side the other, and then I'll kind of pull this up. And so with this down, that kind of leaves so that way I don't have a raw edge on the top, and it'll look nice and neat. And so we're just going to clip this in place here, and do the same thing on the other side. So basically you can either do a back stitch or a running stitch. A running stitch is not going to be very secure. So I don't recommend that. The back stitch is going to be a little bit more secure with that, and it will just look a lot neater. So I'm going to show you how to do a back stitch. Running stitch basically is just kind of going in and out, in and out. And so that is going to be, if you're in a hurry, if you're like, oh, I have this last minute gift I need to make for somebody and I forgot, and you don't have a sewing machine, then you can do a running stitch, but it's not going to be as secure. So, I'm just starting with needle and thread. I've doubled it up, tied my knot. So I'm going to start from behind. So I've got here's my bag here. And you can start anywhere you want. I'm going to start back here. And I'm going to go where I have it folded over there. I'm going to do this. So then that's going to hide my tail. So if I go through here, it's going to hide my tail. My tail's going to get tucked in there, and then you're not going to see it. So you're basically just going to, we'll kind of go, I'm going to try to pull this up close. I probably should have used a darker thread so you can actually see this, but I was trying to use it so it'll blend in. So you'll go through the layers. It'll be 2 layers of your fabric for the liner, and then through your yarn there. And so we're going to pull that down, pull that through there. And so then when we come up, we're going to come up just about the same distance right there. So you can kind of see with that, we're going to come up there and pull it up. And then we're going to go down right where the end of that is. With that first stitch, you're going to go there. And if you use a color of thread that blends in well, then you won't be able to see your stitches really on this side where the yarn is. So make sure you do something that coordinates well with that. And so then we're going to just continue that. So you're going to come up just about the same length of that stitch there. And come up there from the back side. So it pulls through there. And so you really can't see it that well up close. You can see it a little bit. And then you'll just kind of go through, and then right there where that is, then you'll go back through there. And so you're just basically going to keep stitching that all the way around. So you just kind of go through, and that's called a back stitch that you're doing there. And you're basically just going through and going up there. And you want to stitch all the way around, and just make sure you go all the way around, and that will attach your lining in if you want to do it by hand. So let me know if y'all have any questions. Have a good day.